Okay, here we're going to conduct some row operations on a matrix and show how to row reduce a matrix with individual row operations on the TI89. So first, I've already stored a matrix and named it the letter A. You can see it right here. It's a 3x4 matrix, and we're going to use the three basic row operations to row reduce this a little bit. First of all, we're going to work on the first column, and the first thing we need to do is make this column have the pivot, the non-zero number, up in the upper left corner, and for that number to be a 1, and every other entry to be a 0. So to begin with, we're going to use row swap to exchange the first and the third rows, and that will put a 1 in the upper left corner. So we get the row swap by going to catalog, and we scroll down until we get row, and there are some shortcuts for going to different places in the catalog, and I'm going to look for row swap. There's row add, and here is row swap, and we'll take that one, and we give the name of the matrix A, and then we put a comma, and we write down the numbers of the two rows we're going to swap, which are 1 and 3, and then close parenthesis. Now that actually won't change A, that'll produce the result. So to put it back in the letter A, I'll put store letter A at the end, and that will put it back in A. When we do this, sure enough, there we go, the matrix with the two rows swapped, and now we have a 1 in the upper left corner. So the next thing we're going to do is add the first row to the second row, and we can do that with the row add command. And I go to the catalog again, and there's row add, and I'll take that, and I'll put in the letter A and a comma, and the row I want to add is number 1, and I'm going to add it to number 2 and hit close parenthesis, and we'll store this in the letter A again, and there we go. And so now after adding that, we see that we get a 0 in the second row in the first entry, and so we've cleared that entry. And the last thing we have to do to clear the first column is to add a multiple of row 1 to row 3 to clear the 2 here. And the right multiple will be -2 times row 1. And there is a row operation for that in the catalog, but it's called row add for multiply and row add. And so we go back to the m's here. And there it is right there, row add. You see row is just for multiply a row by number if we need to do that, but we'll take row add. And there it is. And now we give the factor we want to multiply by first, so we say -2, then comma, then the matrix, then comma, then the row we're multiplying by, which is row 1, and comma, and the row we're adding to, which is row 3, and we do that, and we'll store it in letter A again, and now we'll press enter, and there it is. The first column is completely cleared, 1 0 0. And we're not that far away from row echelon form. If we look at the second and the third row, if we add the second row to the third row, we can see that we'll clear off a lot of entries. So we'll end by doing that. So I'm just going to use the row add, row add again. This time all I'm going to do is add row 2 to row 3. So I'll make the entry just 1, and we're going to add row 2. I'm just editing the previous command here. Okay, there we go. So we're going to add 1 times row 2 to row 3 and restore that in A. And if we do that, sure enough, we get a row of all zeros. And we see there are 2 non-zero rows, and the pivots move from left to right. The 1 and the 7 are the pivots. So this is, in fact, in row echelon form. And if that's all we want, we can stop. So that's a little introduction on how to use individual row operations on the TI-89. Okay, see ya.